play somewhat extended minutes, but very quiet there. Didn't really take over control of the game for St. Peter's and didn't shoot the ball well at all in the first half.
Yeah, St. Peter's did, I thought, a better job of getting the ball inside and then kicking out early in that contest or in that first half. And then later on, they were maybe showing some signs of a team that's on a 2-game road trip. And, Garrett, you and I know these road trips, the Canisus and Niagara, we have to do them all the time. These teams from downstate, they don't have to do it very much at all. But here, this is their lone 2-game road trip of the season where they have to spend time in the hotel, have to do a lot of traveling. And they might be feeling it already here in this game.
Yeah, they had all day yesterday to just sort of lay around and then practice, and it's just tiring and wearing on the road after playing a battle on Friday night with Niagara, who will run you up and down the floor. And I think that's what they're trying to do, is just slow the pace down, play great defense. Canisus has only taken 4 3-pointers, which compared to the other night is, not many at all.
So the Griffs will have the basketball and the lead here, up by 6 to start the second half. They'll go from our right to our left. Harold Washington flashes to the rack, and he draws contact again. The Griffs only went to the line twice on Friday against Marison. That didn't come until the final 20 seconds of the game. And they'll be going to the line again here. Harold Washington will do the honors. And
it certainly didn't go to the delight of the coaching staff going forward. They thought there were some other fouls, but they needed to get the ball inside, and that's a perfect example there of Harold taking the ball at the top of the key and just taking it himself to the basket.
Harold Washington misses the first, a rare miss for Harold Washington at the line, shooting 82%. Griffs overall at 74% on the season, 40th in the country. Harold's second is good. The Griffs have been to the line now 15 times in this game. They lead 32-25. Bounce pass down to Burke. Diagonal pass to Prescott. Thought about the three, thinks better of it. Looks to slash, stops, kicks. They work the perimeter again. Now Burke underneath has the ball knocked free and out of bounds. It'll be make that St. Peter's basketball.
And right there we saw the Prescott that was on the scouting report. He didn't want to take that three. Might have been something that Coach Dunn told him at halftime to, shot fake because he has been shooting the three and get into the lane and try to create for others.
Conley inbound to Burke. Now to Prescott. They work the perimeter. Blaze French, his shot altered by Heath. Recovered, though, by the Peacocks. They have 10 to shoot. Fulton kicks to Burke. Burke, diagonal pass to Prescott. He'll take another three. That one's dead on.
And apparently I spoke too soon because with the shot clock winding down, he had no other choice, and he just drained it.
So Prescott now with 9 points, and the lead cut to 32-28. Manhertz for Canisus. Out of the top to Heath. Heath hands it to Washington. Harold dribbles down to the baseline, pulls up, little 10-footer, front rim no good. Manhertz with the tip out, goes to Bellardo, and the Griffs with a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
Great play there by Chris. Wasn't sure if he could corral it, so he just tipped it back out, something the Griffs work on every day after the end of practice.
Bellardo dribbles over to the near wing left side. St. Peter's still in that man-for-man. Not nearly as intense, though, as they were early in the first half. Heath swings it over near wing to Bellardo. Bellardo wants to get it into Manhertz. Manhertz down a little block against Connolly. He goes up and puts it home. Sweet move with the right hand for Chris Manhertz, his first bucket of the game.
We've already seen on the first two possessions, Canisus wants to pound the ball inside with Manhertz and even Elshwan Himes posting up really hard on the block.
Prescott, far wing left side. Bounce pass down to Conley. Diagonal goes out to Fulton. Fulton, his three, nothing but net for Lamine Fulton. And that's 6 for him. Lead cut to 34-31.
And so far they've made him here in the second half, but that's the shot that Canisus wants them to just get in a rhythm of shooting those outside shots because they're not going to fall for the entire second half.
Bellardo now back on the offense for Canisus. Dribbles over to the far wing right side to Harold Washington at the top. Washington dribbles over to the near wing. Double team comes out. Finds Heath. Heath at the 18-foot mark elects not to take that shot. Now to Bellardo. Bellardo goes between the legs. Now gives it to Heath. Heath cross-court pass to Washington. His three, short, rebound. Prescott with an easy rebound for St. Peter's. Prescott pushes into front court. Prescott looks to slash to Fulton. He'll take a three. Nothing but net, and we're tied at 34.
And that's a tough shot there from Lamine Fulton. That wasn't something that the defense collapsed like you had seen earlier. That's a tough shot to make there for Fulton.
So St. Peter's with 3 trays in the second half, and they've come back to tie at 34. Harold Washington in the paint. Has the ball punched free. Who's going to get it? Still loose. That should be Griff basketball. That should be Griff basketball. Good call by Woolley Pulliam, no doubt about it. That went off of Fulton. Ball was bouncing around like a pinball. and then scored it out of bounds, but that was off of St. Peter's. 17 to shoot for the Griffs. Inbound to Manhertz. Now to Washington, and he'll back off and get instructions from Tom Parada. 10 to shoot. Clear out for Washington. Washington looks to go. Stops. Pops from 10. Back rim no good. Heath with the offensive rebound, and the Griffs with a fresh 35. Bollardo from 3. Front rim no good. Rebound. Who's going to get it? Heath and Connolly tied up. And the alternate possession will go over to St. Peter's, but Josiah Heath showing his physical prowess on that play.
Yeah, and we'll see the replay here. Just he got way up there to grab the initial rebound, and then the second rebound there.
And Lamont Fulton answers with another jumper. This one a 2. And St. Peter's back in the lead, 36-34. So the Peacock's not going away. Himes gets into the paint, finds Heath on the baseline, 15-footer, short, rebound, loose on the floor, and a foul. And I think Chris Manhertz gets his third.
And apparently I spoke too soon when I said that Lamont Fulton hadn't gotten much in the way of the box score, because he has a quick 8 points here in the second half, as he has been nailing them from all over the place, and Chris sort of just bear hugged.
Yep. Got to appreciate Chris's aggressiveness, no doubt about it. He's going to get fouls because of that. But the Griffs got some good minutes in the first half with him on the bench, and let's see if they can get more production in the second half. Fulton in transition just fires up a 3, nothing but net. Late swinging over to get to Fulton. He's feeling it. He has 14, and Tom Parada doesn't like what he's seeing. He's going to take a timeout. We'll take a break as well, as Lamont Fulton is on a personal 11-0 run. St. Peter's leads by 5, 16:21 remaining in this second half, and this is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
At the beginning of the year, I decided I needed to lose some weight. I wanted to be around for my wife and kids. Independent Health offered guidance and support via their wellness program, and I decided to take advantage of it. One of Independent Health's wellness experts is helping me set and meet my goals. They're doing that through weekly tips, weekly phone calls, and encouragement. I feel great. I have more energy, more fun with my wife and my kids. It's been fabulous.
Griff fans, when you're at the Walden Galleria or the Boulevard Mall, be sure to stop by T-Shirt University, your source for quality college and professional licensed apparel. T-Shirt University has the latest Canisus college gear, designs you won't find in the bookstore. In addition, they have every team in the NFL, NHL, and NBA. Get your Sabres and Bills gear or whichever team you support. T-Shirt University has them all. That's T-Shirt University at the Walden Galleria and now at the Boulevard Mall.
And welcome back to Canisius College basketball, 39-34 with 16:21 remaining. And the reason that St. Peter's has been able to come back is they have gotten hot from behind the arc.
And it started with the Prescott 3 at the end of the shot clock, and then Lamont Fulton just started lighting it up from all over the place. As you saw the wild 3 at the top of the key, and then here in a second you're going to see the long, deep 3 here in transition, way beyond NBA range.
Yeah, Fulton now with 14 points. He's on a personal 11-0 run, and it's a 14-3 run to start the second half for St. Peter's to answer the Griff's 16-2 run at the end of the first half. St. Peter's leading 39-34. Harold Washington out of the top. Double team comes after him. He backs off. Carries on with the dribble. Finds Himes. Himes pulls up at the line. His jumper, no good, but he gets knocked down. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And once again, John Dunn is just belittled by the officials over here as he sits there just and saying some words that we're not going to repeat on the air, but
he's having a dialogue with Gary Piscino, who's right over in front of me. Elshwan Himes will go to the line. Elshwan doesn't get there a whole heck of a lot, but obviously a great shooter from behind the arc and from the line as well. He's at 83% on the season. Didn't get a lot of looks in that first half, did he? Elshwan actually made both of his shots in the first half.
Yeah, he was 2 for 2 and 1 from the 3. We remember the kick out on the wing there from Harold Washington.
So Elshwan will go to the line here, try to break this 11-0 St. Peter's run. Himes, perfect. So Elshwan now with 6 points. Harold Washington with 10, Gabby Bollardo with 8, and Himes with 6. 39-35, 39-36. Griffs have been to the line now 17 times this afternoon. Blaze French into front court. Stops his dribble. Top of the key, Chris Burke. Griffs now in a man-for-man. They've been shot out of the zone. French stops, kicks to Fulton. Fulton looks to drive, stops at the elbow. His jumper, no good. Rebound. Bleeker tries to save it, and he did, but as it went off of Conley, and then I think it hit Kevin when he was out of bounds. And so it'll be St. Peter's basketball. And it'll be immediate timeout. See it right there. Yep. I think after it hit Conley, then it hit Bleeker. And so it'll be St. Peter's basketball when we come back. Immediate timeout here at the Kessler Center with 15:42 remaining at St. Peter's 39, Canisius 36. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Over 100 people in Western New York will need blood today, and that's why Upstate New York Transplant Services Community Blood Bank makes sense, keeping all blood donations right here. You can save a life today. In fact, you can save 3 lives today with a single blood donation to Upstate New York Transplant Services, your community blood bank, for people who need it today.
You've been given the gift of life.
Gift of life.
Give it back.
Be a community blood donor.
Looking for a place to meet before or after the big game? Make it Kohl's with its fine dining and daily drink specials. Kohl's, located at 1104 Elmwood Avenue between Forest and Bird. It's just minutes away from the Kessler Center. Lunch and dinner are served daily, and you can enjoy a mouth-watering brunch on Sunday mornings. Private rooms are available for parties and other events. And don't forget to bring your Golden Griffin ticket stub in after the game for a 20% discount on food items. Get all of your friends together and tell them, meet me at Kohl's. Proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
Buffalo Steak and Sub, located on Main Street just a few blocks from Canisius College, is proud to deliver to the Canisius campus. The official food of the Canisius College basketball media room, Buffalo Steak and Sub offers a great selection of subs, pizza, and wings. Call 716-884-7777 to place your order tonight.
St. Peter's inbounds. They get trapped in the corner. Conley looks to give it up and dribbles through it. Somehow he did not travel. Now he throws it over to the corner and it goes out of bounds. So good defense by the Griffs to force a St. Peter's turnover.
Yeah, great job there trapping the corner. That's something that they've worked on out of the zone, and that was something that Tom Parada obviously drew up out of the timeout to trap in the corner.
Washington back into front court. Finds Bellardo, far wing right side. Wants to feed it inside. Now looks to take it inside himself. Kicks to the corner. Bleeker from 3. Short rebound. Tapped around and controlled by Conley. Heath got a hand on the ball but couldn't control it. Prescott, he'll take an open 3. Nails it. Chris Prescott with 12, and the Griffs down by 6. Back in the front court. Gabby Bellardo, and he'll slow it up. St. Peter's doing a good job on transition defense as well. Heath at the top of the key. Far wing right side, Washington. Harold against a double team. The ball comes free. Conley pulls it away and gets it ahead to French. They have a 2-on-1. French kicks to Prescott. He'll take a 3. Nothing but net. 45-36 St. Peter's.
And Prescott is on fire from distance.
Wow. They have made 6 three-pointers in the second half, and we're only 5.5 minutes in.
And he's 5 for 8 from the three-point line for a 25% three-point shooter.
Al Schwanheims fires up a shot. Man in his face, and he throws up an air ball. Griffs have to settle down offensively here. Now they got to get it together defensively. And a man-for-man, Blaze French out near center court. Working a little clock right now. John Dunn calling out signals. A 9-point St. Peter's lead, the biggest lead for either team. Conley at the elbow. 14 to shoot. Finds Fulton. He'll take a 3. Short rebound. Conley gets it. Kicks to Burke. Burke saves from going out of bounds. Prescott slashes inside, and he is hammered to the floor. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He earned those 2. Wow.
And the momentum has just swung in a matter of seconds after that trap on the inbounds. The Griffs had a chance to cut the lead to 2 or 1.
Yep.
And then just a barrage of threes here for Chris Prescott.
I feel like it's starting to slip away for the Griffs. Well, Prescott and Fulton have scored all the points in the second half, of which there are 20 for the Peacocks right now. And Prescott looks to add to that and does.
Here we see the replay of that take to the basket as Kevin Bleeker sort of got a hand in his face, literally.
Prescott now with 16 points. Fulton with 14. Prescott, a transfer from St. Joe's, coming out of the Atlantic 10 to St. Pete's. And he's starting to find his game here this afternoon.
Yeah, and he's their best free throw shooter of a very poor free throw shooting team. He shoots almost 80%. Somebody that the Griffs didn't want to foul back at St. Peter's when they were trying to get back in that game.
Now it's an 11-point lead for St. Peter's. They trailed at the half by 6. Harold Washington almost loses it. Takes it now to Reggie Groves. Reggie looks to attack. Kicks to the corner to Heath. They find Himes. His three. Back rim no good. Rebound pulled away by Prescott. Wow.
And you see John Dunn up on the bench just telling them to slow down, make this a half-court game, and wind that clock.
Brandon Hall, senior point guard, back into the game. Yvonne Raymond has it over on the far wing, left side. Raymond wants to get inside, goes to the rack, and he is hammered as well. I think the foul actually on Reggie Groves and then Josiah Heath. No, it'll be against Groves, not Heath. But Josiah then came over and just put a hurting on him to finish. You'll see it right here. Watch this. Bam. But it was first on Reggie Groves, and now Raymond will go to the line to shoot two. Not a good foul shooter, just 53%. Raymond from Maplewood, New Jersey. Junior has 1 point so far this afternoon. If he scores, he'll be the first player other than Fulton or Prescott to score in the second half, and he does. And Manhurt's back into the game. The Griffs really do need his presence out there now. Raymond with another opportunity here. 48-36 the score in favor of St. Peter's. St. Peter's the lowest scoring team in the conference. Raymond makes both. 49-36 the score. Griffs have to settle down and get a good possession here. And that's a good start. Get it to Harold Washington. Washington gets into the paint, has it knocked free, and he is fouled by Prescott. Prescott did not agree with the call. It doesn't matter. Harold Washington will go to the line to shoot two.
And you're going to see the Griffs try to get really aggressive because the refs are calling more fouls here in the second half. So try to take it to the basket as we see Harold. And he did get hit on the arm there. Take it to the basket and make the officials make the calls, you know, and get to that free throw line and score points while the clock stops.
So Harold Washington at the line to shoot two. The Griffs are down by 13 right now, make it 12 after Washington makes that. But when they played at Jersey City, they were down by 16 and had the ball and a chance to tie or take the lead late in the game after a furious comeback. So this one by far is not over. Harold, 11 points, make it 12, and the lead cut down to 49-38. Fulton in the front court. Finds Brandon Hall, and Hall will spread the floor a little bit right now against the Griffs man for man. Hall finds Fulton over on the far wing left side. St. Peter's really spreading things out right now. Looking for a back cut. Raymond to Brandon Hall. 13 to shoot. Hall dribbles over to the near wing, calls for the ball screen. Dribbles to the top, reverses it now to Raymond. 7 to shoot. Inside it goes to Burke, off the mark, and a turnover for St. Peter's.
And we've seen Canisus go to this man-to-man for about the last 5 possessions after Lamin Fulton hit that deep three. And I think it's confusing St. Peter's a little bit. And I think you're going to see a pressure start to pick up for Canisus because they were able to take the ball away from them late in the game down in Jersey City.
Reggie Groves kicks to Washington, open from three. Nothing but net.
Yeah, and Reggie got away with a little push off there, but he was able to find Washington, who was wide open because of the help on St. Peter's, and he nailed the three-pointer.
So Harold Washington now with 15. Another big play by Reggie Groves coming off the bench. Ball deflected, goes to Bilardo. Bilardo can't come up with it. Connolly able to recover. Good hustle by the junior. And let's see what do we have here. Away from the basketball. A whistle, and what do we have?
I think they're going to check the shot clock. I think it's right that they didn't reset the shot clock because I don't think Gabby ever had full control of it. Actually, a really good job by the shot clock operator there not to reset it.
That would be Bill Gunn, who's they're talking to right now.
And I would be shocked if they did end up resetting this clock.
Well, they'll have an opportunity, I believe, to do so during the media timeout. So we'll let them settle that. We'll take timeout and take care of our business as well. 11:56 remaining in the second half. Lead cut down to 8. 49-41. St. Peter's leads Canisius. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Guys, I'm kind of freaking out. I have to upload a movie project for finals or else I won't graduate. So please, shut that stuff down until I'm done, okay?
Sure, no problem.
Living with Wi-Fi hogs?
Let me play.
No. Say hello to Time Warner Cable Wideband. All the speed, power, and bandwidth
Go
you
back on
need.
now, I got it. You are lifesavers.
From our fastest internet
Sure,
ever.
no problem.
Call or click now for maximum download speeds.
Hungry for Buffalo's biggest sandwich? Then stop by Dagwood's, located across the street from the Kessler Athletic Center. Winner of the Buffalo News Reader's Choice Award for Buffalo's best sandwich, Dagwood offers you an outstanding selection of breads, cheeses, and deli meats to complete the biggest and best sandwich you have ever sunk your teeth into. Call 882-8628 to place your order now. We do deliver. Remember, if it's not a Dagwood, it's only a sub. Proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
Become a part of the Canisius College social media family by joining the Griffs on Facebook and Twitter. You'll get up-to-the-minute notes, scores, and there's plenty of inside info, including deals with Canisius corporate partners. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/GoGriffs and on Twitter at twitter.com/GoGriffs. On Twitter, use the hashtag Griffs to join in on our conversation.
Well, after the during that media timeout, they had an opportunity to look at the replay, and they opted to reset the shot clock. So a fresh 35 for St. Peter's coming out of the timeout. They lead by 8. Griffin scored the last 5 points. Brandon Hall out near center court, tries to penetrate, kicks to Conley. Conley, a foul called on the floor. He shuffled the feet, but beforehand, apparently he was fouled. And if this is on Manhertz, that is number 4.
No, it's going to be on Gabby on the floor. I think he reached in there.
Okay.
Chris seemed to be straight up.
4th team foul against the Griffs in the second half. Kick to Raymond. Raymond bounce pass inside off the mark. It goes to Chris Manhertz, and now the Griffs have a chance to cut into this 8-point lead. Groves to Himes to Washington, open from 3. Front rim no good. Rebound. Who's going to get in a foul? Oh, they're going to call it on Chris Manhertz, and Tom Parada is beside himself.
I'll tell you what, Jay.
Wow. Oh, what a call. That should have been a no call, if anything.
And if you could see this replay here, Chris Manhertz's left arm was being
Locked
absolutely
with
draped
Conley.
on.
Oh, what a call. What a call. You'll see it right here. Let's see if we can finish this replay. Chris is underneath the
Look
glass,
at it, and
he is
being
locked in. That is not even close to being a foul. That should be, if nothing, a no call. Or
well,
maybe on Conley.
really,
You think
yeah,
it's on Conley?
I think it's definitely a foul on Conley.
All right. So Manhertz goes to the bench. It goes right into Conley, and he scores. Conley now with 7 points and the lead back up to 10. That's a big moment in this game.
Yeah, we're really going to see how the game's going to change now. Canisius is really going to need to work hard on those bigs. They got 4 guards in right now for Canisius.
Ball inside to Bellardo, and he draws contact. Non-shooting foul. That'll be the 4th team foul against St. Peter's. 10-point St. Peter's lead. So the Griffs had cut into a lead that was at 13. Now it's back up to 10. Mario Dahl will come in to try to give the Griffs some size here. Obviously he does that. He's at 7-3. Inbound goes to Harold Washington, and the Griffs look to attack. Washington dribbles into the paint, draws contact, turn-on jumper, no good. Rebound tapped around. Washington gets it back. His shot blocked from behind by Raymond, out of bounds, off of Harold Washington, and it'll be St. Peter's basketball.
Wow, a lot of contact there. Again, it looked like Harold got hit on the arm.
Yep.
And then to tell you the honest truth, I thought the ball actually went off on Conley.
Hall in the front court. Griffs showing some frustration right now. They've got to keep their poise and their intensity. And Gabby Bellardo picks up a foul right there, right in front of Gary Pusino. He and Raymond were kind of locked up. And the foul goes against Gabby. And that's team foul number 6 with 10:31 remaining. Now, St. Peter's, granted, not a good foul shooting team, but you don't want to be putting them into the bonus with 10 minutes remaining.
You certainly don't. And the game has certainly been locked up the way that it's been called here in the second half, which is too bad.
It's the Dave Schofield great theorem. Call the same in the second half you do in the first. Not a lot of calls in the first, a lot here in the second. Fulton open from three, short, rebound pulled away by Harold Washington. Washington in the front court, finds Himes. Himes out at the top of the key, uses the ball screen from Mariel Dahl. Dribble handoff now to Reggie Groves. Reggie now trying to penetrate, carries on with the dribble, goes inside, kicks to the corner. Washington from three, back rim no good, rebound pulled away by Chris Burke. Burke looks to push, looks to attack, floats it up, no good. On the glass, Conley can't get it. Groves has it, but then he throws it to nobody, and it goes to Brandon Hall, and St. Peter's will reset. Tough play right there for the Griffs.
Yeah, and Harold Washington is just 1 or 2 shots away from really cutting into this lead. He's had 2 really good looks at threes off of penetration by Bilardo and then Groves on that last possession there.
20 to shoot for St. Peter's. They're up by 10. Jumper by Fulton, good. LeMan in his face, that's a deuce. And for LeMan Fulton, that's 16 points, 13 in the second half. His team up by 12.
And I got to think it's only going to be a matter of time before Coach Parada goes to that full court press, which worked so well at the end of the game.
And a backcourt violation will go against Elshwan Himes, and another Griff turnover here.
Yeah, and that one was the right call as Elshwan deflected it as opposed to the St. Peter's defender. We're going to see Franklin Millian checking, as you see there. It go off of Elshwan's thigh.
Franklin will come into the game, and Gabby Bilardo will check out. Get a little more size on the floor, and you know Franklin will look to score, and the Griffs are struggling to score here in the second half. Only 10 points, 10 plus minutes into the second half.
And all Tom Parada's looking for Franklin to come in and do is just play hard. Just play hard defense and work the ball on offense.
Fulton, another jumper, no good, and Franklin Millian does just that. A great box out against Raymond, comes up with a rebound. Good job by the freshman. Harold Washington into the paint, contact all over the place, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 8:52 remaining, 53-41 the score in favor of St. Peter's.
And bodies are continuing just to fly all over the place whenever the ball goes into the lane, as you see Harold going to the basket, and I don't know if LeMan Fulton actually got touched there, but he tried to sell a charge and really wasn't very close.
So Harold Washington at the line to shoot 2. He has 15 points. Only Griff in double figures, somewhat, I guess, ironically, on Friday. His first game as a Griff not in double figure scoring at 8. This one is going to go down. That hung on the rim for a while, but it goes in. Harold Washington now with 16, 53-42 in favor of the Peacocks.
I don't know if I've ever seen a ball spin like that on the rim.
No, never. And it wanted to come out, but it got the shooter's roll. Not this time. Harold Washington stuck at 17, 53-42 the score.
Uncharacteristically, we've seen him miss a couple free throws here in this game for a really good free throw shooter.
Harold now 10 of 12 from the line. 11-point lead, and a missed layup by Prescott. Great back cut on the play, loses it out of bounds, and they'll say it's off of Canisus. Tough call there. So fresh 35 on the shot clock for St. Peter's.
Yeah, and we talked about Franklin Millian playing hard, and he overplayed there a little bit and got beat on the back door.
French kicks to Prescott. St. Peter's can work the clock a little bit right now. They're up by 11. Blaze French. Gets to Burke. Burke looking for the back cut, has it poked free and stolen on the play. Millian comes up with a loose ball and then is fouled. It was punched free by Elshwan Himes, and then Franklin Millian just reached in and grabbed it away.
And we'll see if maybe Franklin Millian can really spark Canisius. He's going in there. He's playing hard. He got beat on the back door, but it was because he was playing hard defense, and we'll see it here. Poked away by Elshwan Himes, grabbed by Franklin, and just ripped away there.
And Raymond picked up the foul, his third. And Reggie Groves goes to the bench. How's Reggie doing with that knee? I mean, you look at him sometimes during the game, and it always looks like he's suffering when he plays a lot of minutes. Millian has it now. Top of the key. Elshwan Himes, St. Peter's. They've been in that man-for-man almost the whole game. Himes, step back jumper, good. Elshwan Himes with 9. The lead cut to 9, 53-44.
Great job by Elshwan of getting some space from his defender and just giving himself a second to free himself up.
French
get a shot.
Kicks to Conley. His shot no good, but Conley tips it back in. Initially altered by Mariel Dahl, but then Conley Tips it back in, 55-44 St. Peter's. Million to Himes. Himes rises up, his three. Doesn't go down. Rebound, Yvonne Raymond pulls it away. Then Million knocks it free, but he'll get called for the foul. That'll be the 7th team foul. So the one and bonus coming up when we come back. 7:20 remaining in this second half. St. Peter's leading 55-44 over Canisius. This is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
I'm feeling the sunny day.
Sunny day.
I'm feeling the taste I crave.
Subway.
I'm making it how I like.
It's meant to be.
I'm feeling Subway.
I'm feeling Subway today.
Hey, Western New York, are you feeling Subway? Grab the Big Philly Cheesesteak, a colossal sub piled high with savory steak and melty cheese, fresh toasted and topped just the way you like. Head into a Subway restaurant today to satisfy your major appetite.
Let's go.
Need a partner to help get your message out in print? Contact the Zenger Group. The Zenger Group can assist with print jobs big or small. Need new business cards, letterhead, envelopes? Want a new company catalog design printed and mailed? Zenger Group can do all of that for you. To speak with a sales representative, call the Zenger Group, 716-871-5432, or visit online at zenger.com. Think Zenger Group for smart print now. A proud sponsor of Canisius College Athletics.
The Blue and Gold Fund is the official fundraising effort of the Canisius College Athletic Department. Your donations help with recruitment, financial aid, and facilities. Call 716-888-2972 to become a part of this great group of Canisius College supporters.
Well, Tom Parada looking for his first 2-game winning streak of the season after a nice win against Marist on Friday, but right now they've got their work cut out for them. They're down by 11 with 7:20 remaining. And talk about shooting, Garrett. In that first half, the Griff shot 50% from the field. They're at 3 of 12 in the second half. That's just 25%. They are really struggling offensively.
And the fact that they've only taken 12 shots here 13 minutes into the second half, you know, I mean, they only have 4 turnovers here, so they've cut down on the turnovers, but just a few silly mistakes have just led to easy buckets for St. Peter's.
Yvonne Raymond at the line. All of his points, all 3 of them, have come from the line this afternoon. And the one and bonus front end is good for Yvonne Raymond. Actually, he's got 5 points. Sorry about that. Does now.
And the 53% free throw shooter has looked really
Yes.
solid at the free throw line.
Isn't that always the way?
Always is.
56-42 the score. 56-44 the score, I should say. Another opportunity for Raymond. Raymond fires it up and gets it to roll down. 6 points for Yvonne Raymond. 57-44 the score. Back into front court. Franklin Millian looks to attack. Goes up, has a block by Raymond, and Raymond pulls away with it. 13-point St. Peter's lead, and Raymond will wisely slow it up. John Dunn directing traffic in his 6th season here at St. Peter's. Darius Conley. Backdoor. And well done for Raymond. Nice pass by Conley. And a nice finish by Raymond, and it's now a 15-point lead, and this one's slipping away from the Griffs this afternoon.
And you're seeing John Dunn going to that slow-down pace. He doesn't want to have happen what happened last time at St. Peter's, where Canisius was able to get back in it.
Gabby Bellarno fires up a 3. Harold Washington gets the offensive rebound. His put back, doesn't go down. Manhertz gets the rebound. He goes up and he draws contact. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That was a man's play inside by Chris Manhertz and by Harold Washington to keep that going. That's the kind of grit the Griffs are going to need if they're going to come back. They're down by 15 with 6.5 remaining. There's Elshwan Himes, a jumper, but here's this play right now. That's so there's a foul on Millian, actually.
And we're going to see John Dunn running more of that clock, like I said, and they're going to try to get those set plays, and a lot of them ends in backdoor cuts, and that's the way that the offense is run. It a 2-guard system for St. Peter's, and that's something that Canisius really has to guard against, is those late in the shot clock backdoor cuts, which can just absolutely kill you.
Another opportunity here for Chris Manhertz. 72% on the season from the line. He's good on this one, and he'll sub out. Josiah Heath will come in for him, I believe. Nope. Tom Parada is going to call a timeout. We'll keep it right here with 6:32 remaining. 59-45 the score in favor of St. Peter's.
And we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, where at halftime Niagara led by 15 over Marist, and then just tipping off now is Iona and Loyola. That's the Wendy's out-of-town scoreboard. Quality is our recipe.
And we have a football score? No, Baltimore?
We do. Baltimore's up 17-13 with about 11 minutes left in that game.
It's a Houston Texans. 59-45 the score here at the Kessler Center. Of course, on Thursday, the Purple Eagles come to town. Always looking forward to that. Always a great crowd and a great game. I was looking back at Matt Reitnauer's notes. The team, of course, throughout Canisus history, they've been to overtime more than any other team. Niagara.
It's going to be a fun one. School gets back in session on Tuesday, so all the students will be back here in the Kessler Center to pack it.
And you're right, Garrett. The Griffs are going to press after the timeout. But Blaze French able to dribble up against that pressure. French gets to the rack, lays it up and in. Nobody stopped the ball in that play. And Blaze French has 6 points. 61-45 the score. Gabby Bellardo almost loses the handle and then draws contact on a foul by Blaze French. And Gabby will go to the line with the clock stop.
They're not going to call foul. They're going to say it was out of bounds, but somehow Canisius gets the ball.
That's an odd one.
I'm not really sure. And you're going to see Canisius is going with the 4-guard look with Millian out there. And let's see, I'm not really sure what that call was. But
French didn't have any contact with the ball there.
But Canisius has the 4-guard look out there to just try to get some more pressure when St. Peter's has the ball.
Harold Washington in the paint. His jumper no good. Rebound cleared by Yvonne Raymond. And the Griffs look to press, like you said. Washington tries to strip French from behind, can't do so. 16-point St. Peter's lead. French, able to dribble, finds Burke at the top. Back out towards center court. Prescott will take over. 17 to shoot. Dribble handoff. Now goes to Burke at the top. Back over to the far side to French. 10 to shoot. Prescott. Down to Conley. Conley going to work against Manhurst with 4 fouls. Conley gets in the paint, goes up, knocked free, and the ball goes over to the Griffs. Harold Washington finds Himes in transition. Now Himes passes back to Washington, knocked free. It'll be Griff basketball with 5:18 remaining.
And the Griffs are really going to look for one last push here. Down 16 with 5 minutes left. See if they can just get somebody in some sort of rhythm, getting to the basket, getting fouled, stopping the clock, and going to the free throw line and put some points here up on the board.
Inbound to Manhurst on the baseline. Back out towards center court to Bellardo. Griffs need to start executing offensively and doing it quickly. They're down by 16 with 5:08 remaining. Washington at the top of the key. Cross-court pass goes to Heath. Back out to Bellardo. Bellardo calls for the ball screen with 9 to shoot. Bellardo gets pressured, finds Heath at the top. 5 to shoot. Far side, Washington. Washington, step back 15-footer. Back room, no good. Heath with the rebound. Back out to Bellardo. Bellardo puts it on the floor, gets in the paint, kicks to Himes. Himes back over to Bellardo. Bellardo into the paint, looks to attack, and a blocking foul on the play against Prescott. That'll put Gabby Bellardo at the line.
Yeah, and a couple opportunities there for the Griffs. Gabby had 2, actually, and Elshwan had 1, shooting the 3. Kind of surprising that they pass it up, but really trying to get the ball inside as we're going to see the opportunity here. Gabby just had a little contact there, and a nice kick out to Elshwan, who tried to get the head fake. And back to Bellardo, who was able to get to the line off of this drive and caught the defender moving a little bit, I guess. Prescott there.
So Gabby at the line, knocks down the first. Gabby Bellardo with 9 points, but that's just his first point of the second half. Manhurst goes out David Santiago into the game now for Canisius.
And that's to pick up the pressure, and Chris has 4 fouls. So if the Griffs do decide to start fouling, they obviously don't want him to be one of them that's going to foul.
Bellardo good on that one as well. Lead cut to 61-47, 10 for Gabby Bellardo. Second Griff to make his way into double figures. They break the press, 3-on-2. French goes to Raymond. Raymond to Connolly, out of bounds, and a turnover caused by the Griffs press.
And the press break is obviously something that St. Peter's worked on after seeing it against Canisius and causing so many turnovers, and they broke it quite well. They had a 3-on-2 going, and just an ill-advised pass. Probably should have pulled it out, run some more time off this clock.
14-point game with 4:35 remaining. Bellardo out at the top, spreading the floor right now, setting up the offense. Manhurst has it, far wing, right side, top of the key, Heath. Heath hands it to Washington. Harold dribbles over to the far side, looks to attack, he draws contact, and we'll be going back to the line here.
Yeah, and we see David Santiago sitting in the first seat there on the bench as Coach Parada is going to give him instructions as he goes into the game, and they're going to do the offensive and defensive substitution with him and Manhertz in the game. You lose the rebounding, but you gain a guy who's quick and can trap in the corner and is pretty long and athletic.
And then David might be the best overall athlete on the team.
Oh, he is extremely athletic.
Harold Washington, this is the one in bonus, knocks down the first. 18 points for Harold Washington. See it right there, drawing the contact. Harold with 8 assists against Marist, was 3 of 12 from the field in that game. Second, rattles around and out. 61-48 the score. Fulton in the front court. Really got the Peacocks going in the second half of this shooting. He has 16. Now French out at center court, and like you said, Garrett, they're going to spread the floor. The Griffs try to double team the ball. They get it inside to Connolly. Connolly misses the layup, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
And John Dunn pleading with him to go up stronger on that play, because that really could have been the nail in the coffin with a 3-point play to make it push it to 16. Now 2 free throw opportunities. If he only makes 1 or misses both, the Griffs are still in it.
St. Peter's 3 and 14. They've lost 2 straight. But they're looking good right now. They're up 62-48 after Connolly makes that one. See it right there. I guess the foul is on Heath. Yep, Heath from behind.
St. Peter's is looking to notch their first road win of the season, just like Marist, who was 0-7 coming into the game on Friday night.
Connolly makes both.
St. Peter's is 0-9 going into this game on the road.
63-48. Tough loss it would be for the Griffs. Not done yet. They've got 4 minutes to play, but their offense has gone stagnant, to say the least, in the second half. Ball knocked free out of bounds. We'll go to our final media timeout here. 63-48 the score with 3:54 remaining. Canisius trailing St. Peter's, and this is the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Welcome to the Edge. The glory of the Division I MAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. March 1st through the 5th at Mass Mutual Center in Springfield. Action guaranteed to have you on the edge of your seat.
All the way with a slam dunk.
The way to the NCAA. The MAC Championship. March 1st through the 5th at Mass Mutual Center. Grab your tickets at Ticketmaster.com, Massachusetts.com, or at the Mass Mutual Center box office.
Runners, take your mark. Registration for the annual Independent Health Canisius College Shoes for Shelter Run is now available online at gogriffs.com. Race date is set for Sunday, April 15th.
63-48 the score, 3:54 remaining in the second half. The Griffs were looking for their first 2-game winning streak of the season and an opportunity to go in on a roll against Niagara on Thursday, but the second half, their offense has really come unglued.
Well, it's not easy to win basketball games when you shoot 14% in a half, and they're 3 for 21 here in the second half. Meanwhile, St. Peter's is lighting it up, 12 for 20 from the field for 60%, and including 68%, I should say, from the three-point line.
St. Peter's has won 8 of the last 9 from Canisius, and they're looking good for a win here this afternoon. But the Griffs still have some time remaining. They got to get the offense going. Bellardo inside to Manhertz. Manhertz, jump hook. Off the mark, no good, out of bounds. It'll be Canisius basketball.
And that's just sort of the day it's been for the Griffs. They've gotten good looks at the basket when they've posted up and gotten the ball inside, and they just can't finish.
At Jersey City, the Griffs were down by 16. Made a furious rally late in the game to make it close. Inside to Heath. Heath goes up, has a block, but he draws contact, and Josiah Heath will go to the line to shoot 2 with 3:35 remaining.
And I'm looking over to the St. Peter's sideline, and Coach Dunn is just thinking, please, not again. You know, it was a 15-point lead with just about 4 minutes left in Jersey City when the Griffs started pressuring, and St. Peter's was throwing the ball all over the gym, and they were able to get easy baskets.
Josiah Heath, the big guy at the line, 2 points today, 71% from the line, knocks down the first.
We're going to see that offense and defensive substitution. This time it's going to be Franklin Millian into the game for Chris Manhertz as we see Josiah Heath going up strong and getting hit a little bit on the head there.
Canisius now with 18 points in the second half. They finished the first half on a 16-2 run, leading by 6 at the half. Now they trail by 14, and Heath misses the second one. Well, the Griffs got to the line. They wanted to get to the line. They've been to the line 29 times this afternoon. French just killing some clock right now. Spreading the floor. French looks to attack, and then, well, easily could have been called for a double dribble there. French gets it back, finds Conley inside. He goes up, blocked by Heath. Knocked away, Harold Washington has it. Harold in transition. He attacks the rack, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 3:04 remaining. The Griffs down by 14.
Harold holding his foot there. Hopefully that's nothing other than a little, he might have turned his ankle a little bit there. But that's a great play there by Harold Washington, something that, you know, there might have been shooters open, but you want him with a full head of steam, taking it straight to the basket and getting fouled.
See right here, this is a great block by Josiah Heath as well.
Yeah, he was out of position. He jumped a little bit too soon, and on the way down, he just took the ball right out of Conley's hands.
So for Canisius, this will be their 30th foul shot of the afternoon. This is easily a season high. Previously 23 against South Dakota, which was an overtime game.
Yeah, South Dakota, which was their last 90-point performance. And obviously the Griffs haven't shot the ball very well, as 30 free throws have been taken for the Griffs, and they are 20 for 28 right now, and 20 out of 50 points. That shows their woes from the field.
Now Harold missed that foul shot, but there's a lane. Was there a lane violation? No, they're
two
going to say
shots should have been.
Okay, I see. Oh yeah, so there wasn't a lane violation. It was just they were jumping into the lane too soon. So Harold second, rattles home. 19 points for Harold Washington. His team down by 13. 3:04 remaining. Griffs try to double team the ball. Fulton spins away. Peacocks have numbers, but they're going to slow it up. Prescott, cross court, goes to Blaze French. French, a transfer from UTEP. Now he looks to attack, gets inside, draws contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Wow.
They're going to call it on the pass, so he'll have a 1-and-1 at the free throw line with just 2:45 left, as Chris Manhertz is going to check back into the game.
And Franklin Millian will go out. So it is Niagara on Thursday, then a road trip to one of the tougher places to play in the MAC, the Bronx Zoo, Alumni Gymnasium down in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, where Ryder plays. Of course, the Griffs finally won their first one last year on Gabby Bilardo's dramatic shot late in the game. First time the Griffs ever won at Ryder. 64-50 now after French makes the first foul shot. He has another opportunity here. French second, no good. They battle for the rebound. Manhertz pulls it away. 2:44 remaining. It's a 14-point game. Washington on the baseline. Floater doesn't go down. Oh boy, a lot of contact on that rebound. And Burke loses it out of bounds. It'll be Griff basketball.
And you can just see the frustration mounting for Canisius. The shots just won't go down, and they're getting such great looks.
Right there. You can see it. Short arm by Washington. And all that contact on that rebound, but no call. Bilardo finds Heath in the line. Near corner. Washington goes baseline and has it picked away by French.
And that's the story of the day right there. It looked like he had a clear lane to the basket and just got it taken away, and smartly pulled out here by Prescott to run some more clock.
And Fulton is fouled by Harold Washington to stop the clock with 2:13 remaining. And Lamont Fulton just hasn't been in the line very much this year. Only 14 times coming into the game. 7 of 14. So percentage-wise, he's the guy to foul. But the way he shoots from three-point range, you got to believe it's just a matter of time before he finds the mark as a Division I player.
Yeah, and a guy who we saw at halftime only have 3 points has really lit it up here in the second half for 13, make it 14 points. And you said it, his shots that went down, those 3 3-pointers are really what sparked the Peacocks in taking a big lead here in the second half.
That was an 11-0 Lamont Fulton run that gave his team the lead that they have not relinquished in the second half. Fulton, second, perfect. Fulton with 18 points, and his team up 66-50 with 2:10 remaining, and the Griffs offense just can't find it right now. Give the Peacocks defense some credit, no doubt. Millian dribbles over to the far side, bounce pass to Manhertz in a little block. Manhertz looks to go to work, goes up, has it partially altered by Connolly. Millian gets it back, he goes up, has it blocked by Connolly, out of bounds. It will be Canisus basketball. Boy, just look at the scowls on the face of the Griffs, collective face, really. Everybody just frustrated. Inbound to Manhertz, left alone. He could take that jumper, elects not to take it. Gives it to Millian. Griffs have to get the offense going right now. 8 to shoot for Bellardo. Bellardo gets in the paint, kicks to the corner. Millian will take a three, and he nails it. Franklin Millian with his first career tray, knocks it down, cuts the lead to 13. With 1:39 remaining, Tom Parada calls the timeout. We'll keep it right here, 66-53 the score.
And we've talked about over and over again the offensive woes so far this season. Today it was the turnovers which plagued them for so much of the season. But if you look at it now, they only had 15. They have 15 turnovers now, but 11 of them coming in the first half, which they led. So it's what could have been in the first half. Without those 11 turnovers, cut it down to 5 or 4, and maybe the Griffs lead is 12 or 15 at going into the break. And St. Peter's, a big run there, only ties the game, and they're right back in it.
You know, and we've used this analogy before, talking about the Griffs, and it's, you know, it seems like you're putting out one leak in the wall somewhere, and then another one springs free, and that's kind of been the story of this season, because we've seen this team play some very, very good basketball. Their most complete game, in my opinion, was Friday against Marist, and they closed this first half today with excellence, a 16-2 run, going into halftime leading, but right now they're down by 13, and they foul to stop the clock here. Chris Burke will go to the line to shoot 2.
And I think one of the more troubling things, and this has a lot to do with the fact that they haven't made any shots, is the fact that they have 15 turnovers to only 6 assists. On the other side, you see 14 turnovers for St. Peter's, but they have 15 assists, including 5 from Blaise French. So they're distributing the ball well, but Canisius hasn't made a shot, so that will generally make your assist to turnover ratio that much worse.
Yeah, at the last timeout, only 13 field goals for Canisius. Chris Burke at the line, knocks down the first. He came into the game 7 of 14 as well from the line. 67-53 the score. Another opportunity for Burke, the sophomore from New Jersey. Perfect, wow. Not a good foul shooting team. The Peacocks came in at 63%, but they're doing the job this afternoon.
Yeah, and their missed shots in Jersey City were exactly what allowed Canisius to come back in that game.
Bellardo turns it over. Here come the Peacocks. And another foul, this one by Alshwan Himes, and Prescott will go to the line here with 1:25 remaining. At the last media timeout, they were at 92% from the line.
Yeah, and you talked about how St. Peter's won the conference tournament last year out of sheer toughness. You know, I mean, they had to go down there. They beat a Fairfield team who was basically unbeatable throughout the regular season in the MAC. And then they beat a great Iona team who we're seeing this year propelled to the top of the MAC. So they are just tougher, and they're willing to play such hard defense on you. I mean, because we saw through 2 games last year, the Griffs beat them pretty handily here at home.
Absolutely, yep.
And on the road, it was a close game. But St. Peter's just picked the defense up when it came to the second half of the season and into the tournament, and that's exactly what they did today to lock down on Canisius.
Prescott, another opportunity, perfect. 70-53 the score. It's 19 for Chris Prescott. Himes pulls up on the baseline, his jumper, good from 10 feet, cuts it to 70-55. Alshwan Himes with 12 points. Inbound, finally comes into Prescott, and he is fouled.
And Alshwan Himes has been very quiet throughout the night, and you've got to think the future opponents of the Griffs are really going to look at this tape to see how St. Peter's was able to lock him down, and he didn't get any open looks because he made the shots that he took, but just not enough looks for him to become any sort of factor in this game.
And I believe Chris Manhertz just fouled out of the game. Allow Kevin Bleeker to check into the game. And one of the things I think the Griffs are really struggling with is these 2 freshmen, Bleeker and Heath, who are tremendous talents. But you talked about the freshman wall, and in some ways they've been dealing with it all season. You know, other than the South Dakota game, we haven't seen the 2 of them really put their will on a game at the same time.
Yeah, and we've seen Josiah sort of fade away the last couple games, although he's played fairly well today. He only has 3 points to show for it. But Kevin's been bothered by some tendonitis in his knee, and he hasn't practiced the last three practices. So, you know, that certainly hurts for a freshman not being able to get reps in on the offense.
You just wonder what kind of team this is going to be when those two can be there and be a presence every game. As Millian takes it to the rack, he misses. Rebound tapped out of bounds by Santiago, and it'll be St. Peter's basketball. The maturation process can be difficult, and it most certainly was that today. Griffs with a good first half and a poor second half, and they're probably going to lose this one. They're down by 17, and they're just backing off right now. So they will lose this one and go to 4-13. More importantly, Garrett 1-6 in the conference, and really looked like an opportunity this week to pick up some ground after the win against Marist on Friday.
You know, the conference is so log-jammed right at the middle that the Griffs really thought that if they could be 2-5 at the end of this weekend, they would only be 1 or 2 games out of the 6th and 5th place spots, which obviously gets you out of that play-in game come the MAC conference tournament, which is also important.
Fulton attacks the rack. He lays it up and in. Count the basket. He'll go to the line. A chance to finish a three-point play.
Yeah. And we've seen Lamin Fulton. You know, we talked about the freshman for Canisius, and Lamin Fulton is not playing like a freshman for St. Peter's. He really
Although I would say always easier for guards. I think it's always easier
absolutely,
for guards. Yeah.
Absolutely easier for them to adjust from the high school level to the college level. But he has come in today, and he made timely shots. What can you do if you're Canisius?
Himes fires up a quick three, nails it from well behind the arc. It's 15 now for Al Schwan. Lead cut to 16 with 18 seconds remaining. 74-58 the score. And a foul in the backcourt by Santiago. Blaze French will get to go to the line to shoot the double bonus here with 11.8 seconds remaining.
And St. Peter's is a team that only averages 60 points a game. So for them to have 74, you know, is really impressive. And they only allow 68 points a game. So 10 points under that for Canisius is they could just not buy a shot, especially here in the second half.
And to add to this, one of their players who plays quite a bit, Marquise Tucker, went out with an injury. You can see him with a wrap around his right knee over there. He did not play other than just a couple of minutes in that first half. He only played 5 minutes and went out with an injury. So St. Peter's, give them some credit. At the tail end of a tough road trip, they gutted out here in the second half and are going to beat Canisius today. They're up 74-58.
And certainly they're going to need all the luck they can get as they go Fairfield, Loyola, Ryder, and then Iona in the next 4 games.
David Santiago with a layup. Good for David to get into the scoring books here. And that will do it this afternoon. The Griffs lose this one 74-50. Or 60, I should say. 74-60 the final score. We'll take a timeout and come back with our post-game show here on the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.
Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where fresh always sounds better. Fresh coffee, every cup, guaranteed. Fresh baked goods, like our new gingerbread donut or candy cane chocolate donut. Perfect for the holidays. Just 89 cents. Because at Tim Hortons, we believe fresh doesn't have to cost more. And try our new candy